Oh no! Get up! Silence. I lay there, watching the world spin around me. I wondered why my body wouldn't move. Suddenly, faces appeared over me. They were talking to me, but their words weren't clear. Something was terribly wrong. I cried in pain as I was carried off the field. Little did I know, I had suffered a major setback in my future plans. My days ahead were going to be hard, painful, and challenging. Would I crumble and let it derail my plans of playing soccer in college? Or would I meet the challenge and push myself to be better than I ever was? Comeback stories are inspiring and cause us to believe that there's hope for our own comebacks. There have been many great comebacks throughout history, but there are some that simply stand apart from all the others because of their greatness. Abraham Lincoln, Seabiscuit, J.K. Rowling, Bethany Hamilton. All of these names have two things in common: greatness and a great comeback. They chose to persevere, to push forward, to make lemonade out of lemons. Abraham Lincoln. Many consider Lincoln the greatest president in American history. He led the country through its greatest moral and military crisis, essentially saved the country from destruction and directed it towards restoration. Lincoln grew up in meager circumstances, failed as a businessman twice, and had what most people would call a nervous breakdown. He lost when he ran for Congress, lost twice when he ran for Senate, and lost as a vice presidential candidate. Lincoln was then elected as the 16th president of the United States, led the country to reconciliation, and won re-election. His leadership acumen, political skills, and outstanding speeches all contributed to his amazing comeback. Seabiscuit, the little horse that could. First, a joke, then a champ. But when a tendon ruptured, everyone figured that Seabiscuit had seen the last of his racing days. He was retired to a ranch where for 9 months he wandered a paddock, became fat, and even tried to race deer along the fences. After a period of recuperation, Seabiscuit recovered enough that his owner decided to give him one last chance to win the Santa Anita 100 Grander. And not only did Seabiscuit win, but he clocked the fastest mile and a quarter in track history and the second fastest ever run on an American track. J.K. Rowling. Just 5 years before publishing one of the most influential books of the 21st century, J.K. Rowling was living on welfare and struggling as a single mother. Rowling wrote the first book in the Harry Potter series while working during the night as a teacher. But the manuscript was rejected 12 times by publishers. When Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone eventually did get published, Rowling was advised not to quit her day job because the chance of success was slim. And of course, with over 450 million Harry Potter books sold worldwide, we all know how that really turned out. Bethany Hamilton. Bethany Hamilton was just 13 years old when her left arm got bitten off by a 14-foot tiger shark while she was surfing at Tunnels Beach in Kauai. Bethany lost 60% of her blood, and her future in surfing was anything but guaranteed. Just 26 days after the attack, Bethany was back on her board, and just 2 years later, she was a national champion. Her passion for her sport outweighed her fears 10-1. She refused to give up on her dreams of being a professional surfer and continued to persevere. This past year, I had one of the biggest setbacks in my 16 years of life. My injury on a hot night in August of 2019 sidelined me from all physical activities. It was an injury so painful, I had to fight back tears many days. But it was an injury that was not going to hold me back from achieving my dreams. Comebacks are possible. In fact, they happen all the time. A comeback may seem impossible to you, but to some, it's just the next challenge. Life is full of setbacks, no matter who you are. How do you take a setback and make a comeback? Well, I choose to make lemonade.